Maybach music.
Welcome back to another episode of Everyman Movie Critic. And as always, it's me, Johnny B.
And I am Scott.
Gotta work on that. So this week we're going to talk, this is going to be part 2 of what we were talking about last week, of skit comedy actors who have made it versus ones who did not. And we're talking about skit comedy shows like SNL, In Living Color, Second City TV, some of those ones. So we got into a little bit about Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, David Spade. This week we're going to talk more of some other ones. And I want to start things off by saying this channel is all about the love of movies. And if you love movies as much as I do and you just want to bring that joy back that everybody seemed to have lost with some of these critics nowadays, then this channel is for you. So subscribe if you like the content. That way, if you like what you see and you do want to see more, you get to hit the notification button to see more videos. Hit a like. And leave a comment below on more content you want us to cover on this series. So anyway, so we'll pick up, and we can't have a show without talking about 3 of the best actors to come out of SNL, or 3 of the best, and that would be the Ghostbusters. You got Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, who was technically not a cast member, but he was always on SNL, it seems, a lot back then, I guess. Or maybe he was a character on the show, I don't remember.
I don't know.
And you got Bill Murray, the 3. And it actually wasn't even supposed to be Bill Murray who was going to be in Ghostbusters. It was supposed to be John Belushi, who was another skit comedy actor from that era, with him and Dan Aykroyd, who were both in Blues Brothers. So he wrote Ghostbusters with John Belushi in mind to play Peter Venkman. And because of his tragic death, he was unable to do the role, obviously. So then Bill Murray picked up the mantle and ran with it and made it his own. But then they actually used what John Belushi did in Animal House as his inspiration for Slimer. I don't know if you knew about that, but there's actually a whole video about that on another channel, which I'm not going to mention because I don't remember the name.
The Blues Brothers was a very good movie.
It was, and that's what I'm saying, by like famous duos that could have went on to do more and didn't.
John Goodman did a good part even when he came and rephrased it in the second one. I mean, not everybody likes that second part of the movie. The second movie.
Part 2, yeah, it wasn't as well received. Joe Morgan was in it.
And who was the little kid with the glasses?
I don't know.
I was wondering if he was somebody famous now.
No idea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you know, let us know.
Yeah, if you know the name of the actor, leave a comment below. Absolutely.
I'm wondering if he became thing after that.
All right, so let's talk about Ghostbusters.
Yes, we're gonna talk about Ghostbusters.
And did you know that Eddie Murphy was actually supposed to be in that? I know that's in a documentary somewhere too. But Eddie Murphy was originally supposed to play Winston Zeddemore, but he wanted to go trail his own path, and then he did 48 Hours, and then Beverly Hills Cop, and then he just kind of blew up.
Oh, I guess
he wanted to trailblaze his own way.
I think he did a better job than that because I don't think he would have done any better in Ghostbusters.
He would have elevated the character a little more.
Well, yeah, the character, but
they
I mean,
downplayed it a little bit. I mean, the new guy that came in, I can't even think of his name. Ernie Banks. Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah, that's what it was.
He was supposed to be in there a lot more, but then they reduced his character when he didn't even come into like page 54 or something of the script.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm sure Eddie would have done a better job with the character, but I don't think his career would have gone any different. I think it went better the way he did it.
Yeah, absolutely, because he showed people that he could do it on his own.
Yeah. Well, with this one, I mean, Ghostbusters, I think of is Bill Murray, and I think of him. The first thing I think of is him dancing around the doing his little dance around the fountain or whatever it was there.
They were actually worried about casting Sigourney Weaver.
I don't like her
because she was from the Alien movie, and they were like, "Wait a minute, this woman wants to do a comedy." But anyway, I digress. And then, so talking about Ghostbusters, actually, you have another alum from Saturday Night Live, 2 of them. Mm-hmm. Something McKinnon, and then you got Kristen Wiig, and you got Melissa McCarthy, and you got the other lady from SNL, the black lady. I can't remember her name. Sorry, African American lady.
I know it wasn't her, but
anyway, so those 4 try to do a Ghostbusters remake, female and
It was horrible.
And that's why they're doing another Ghostbusters Afterlife, because
With-
Jason, what's his name, Reitman is not going to leave that to be the last thing people remember.
No, the whole thing about the girls was what's his name there?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth
He
was
did
the
a
best
great
part of
job.
the movie.
It was really loud, and he goes like this. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. He was definitely, showed that he has really good comedic timing and
When he became the bad guy, he was
Hey, spoilers if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen that movie by now, you're worse than I am.
They
at
might not
watching
have,
movies.
because a lot of critics did not like that movie.
The movie was it was okay.
It was decent. But I agree with what a lot of people said, is that too many of them try to be funny. With the original Ghostbusters, it was Bill Murray who was funny, but then each one of them were deadpan funny.
Yeah.
Like Harold Ramis, where it's
They
his
did the wrong
dirty,
thing.
I collect spores, mold, and fungus, or I had a slinky once and I straightened it.
It was
Stuff like that. That's funny.
It was Revenge
but
of the
dry,
Nerds type of thing for him.
Very dry, nerdy humor.
Yeah.
Well, they were all nerds except for Peter Venkman.
No, he was kind of a nerd.
He was
too,
like the
but
cool
he was
nerd.
the cool nerd. He was like
Yeah.
Booger.
Yeah.
But
he didn't pick his nose.
No.
He wasn't.
But
Why do they call you Booger? I don't know.
But anyway, what are they gonna do with? Do you know what they're doing with Egon?
Afterlife? It's his grandkids in the new one.
So Egon's gonna be dead in it?
Yes.
So for real?
They're gonna go back to this farm he had.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter is gonna move there, and they're gonna discover some of the proton pack.
Mm.
And if you've seen the trailer, you saw the proton pack introduced, and you saw the Ecto-1 is gonna be in there, and the kids found that, and they're driving it around. The kid from Stranger Things.
Which
is
one?
Gonna be in it. Finn Wolfhard.
Is he the kid?
He's the main character, Mike.
With the big curly hair?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that kid.
No, he's actually got a good career ahead of him.
I know he does. I don't like him. He looks funny to me.
But anyway, a lot of people were complaining that the trailer looked too much like it was Stranger Things, but because it had very similar. But I think it's going to actually really be good, and all the pretty much everybody from the original cast, except for Harold Ramis and Rick Moranis, are not coming back. Those are the only two who can't come back.
That's what disappointed me, because I was
Harold Ramis, I know, we talked about that.
I was liking to have the idea of him.
Now another
Janine's
comedy
not in it
duo.
either, you said?
I don't know. I think she is.
She is?
Annie Potts, yeah. I don't see why not. But another comedy duo from back then was Eugene Levy and not Dan Aykroyd. What's his name? John Candy. Those both were from Second City TV, and they worked well together. They did a couple movies together.
Eugene Levy to me, though, is
or even Steve Martin and him worked together.
Eugene Levy
John
to me,
Candy.
when he revived his career as in American Pies,
he was good in those.
he was awesome in those, and he kind of reprised his
Revamped himself.
Yeah, he was kind of not doing anything, and he came back as a perfect dad.
Now another comedy duo or trio from back then was Martin Short, Chevy Chase, and Steve Martin. Three amigos. I mean, come on. Who hasn't seen that? That's like one of the biggest cult movies of all time. And it was actually a decent success back then. I'm surprised they didn't make more of those. Mm-hmm. And then Chevy Chase did off his old solo career with Fletch and whatnot. Steve Martin is a huge actor. He's done acting. He's done dramatic.
Chevy Chase, you got to think about National Lampoon's.
Of course, Vacation. Clark Griswold. He got one of the most iconic Christmas movies of all time because of him.
Well, not just that.
But those two characters,
I see him punching the moose.
Clark Griswold and Irwin M. Fletcher are probably his two most iconic characters. And then he did Invisible Man, which was okay, with Daryl Hannah, and Michael McKean was in it. If you haven't seen Invisible Man, it's actually a decent watch. It's from back in the early 90s when Chevy Chase was just coming off the success of Fletch, and he was actually supposed to do more Fletches, and he never did.
The second one. No, that was
he did two.
Yeah, and they
he did 4 vacation movies.
I was thinking of Bill Cosby. I'm sorry.
He did 3 vacation movies. He came back when they did the reboot of it with I can't think of the guy's name.
Fletch Lives.
No, Vacation.
Oh, the Vacation. He did
Where
a bunch
Rusty
of them.
was grown up and he took his kid. Christina Applegate was in it, and the guy from the Hangover movies. He came on, and he took over as Rusty.
Mm-hmm.
And
they changed Rusty all the time, and
well, they even played into that. They showed all of his different pictures in the movie in the background. They showed him from the ones with all the different people he was over.
The last one that they made, he was in too, because they went to his house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the one that you're talking about. Yeah. They.
It's called Vacation.
Yeah.
Where they went back to Wally World one more time before it closed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the deal. That was the premise.
And they stopped at his house. Yeah, that was.
And Chris Hemsworth was in that. He was married to Audrey.
Mm.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't remember. I watched it, but I don't remember
We were
it.
talking about Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And he's proven to be a good comedic actor. All right, so let's see who else we have. Now this one is not a real skit comedy actress, but she was on a skit comedy show, and that's J-Lo. J-Lo was actually on In Living Color as one of the Fly Girls, and she actually was front and center a couple times, and she said some words when they were saying goodnight or whatever. And now look at her; she's a decent actress. She should have been nominated for that last movie she was just in, the where she played the stripper. And she just got passed over. It was a decent movie. I'm bad with names. I got so many names jumbled up in my brain.
I remember her when she was.
She did a good
with
job.
That blind, the movie where they were blind and.
What?
You don't remember that? It was in. It was back when we actually worked at the movie theater. She was helping this guy that was blind, and then she became blind, or it might have been reversed that way. But
Angel Eyes?
Was that what it was?
Jim Caviezel?
I don't remember who was in it.
It was called Angel Eyes. Or something to do with angels. Yes, I know it's Angel Eyes.
Yeah.
I don't remember her going blind in it, though.
I thought she did at the end, or they.
He was an angel, that's all I knew. And that was like City of Angels.
City of Angels is different.
With, what's
that
his
was
name?
completely different, and then the person died at the end of that.
With Meg Ryan and...
yeah, that's a completely different movie than what I was talking about.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about movies about angels. We could do a whole series on those.
If you want, I guess we can.
Let's see. So J-Lo was in that. I liked her in with that George Clooney movie. That was her one of her first movies.
Was there one where they won the lottery or something? And shared
that's
a ticket?
Rosie Perez and Nicolas Cage.
And who was the other person? The original wife.
Bridget, whatever.
Okay.
She
I don't
was
remember
one
who
of
was in that.
I can't remember her name either. Guys, I don't even know why I'm doing this channel because I can't remember names for anything. Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda was it? He was when he won the.
No, she was the waitress that he promised to win.
Bridget Fonda.
Yes.
Okay.
And Rosie Perez was his wife.
Yeah.
But she wasn't a fly girl, but she was she might have been a fly girl. I don't know. I can't remember now. I know she was known for dancing. I mean, that was like her thing, and like that Spike Lee movie she was in, Do the Right Thing.
J-Lo I know still mostly for singing.
All right, so who else do we got left?
You like to talk about Tina Fey?
Tina Fey, yes. Tina Fey and what's her name, Amy Poehler. They worked well together in Baby Mama, and then they did another movie where their parents were selling their house and they went back and had a party in it. And I can't remember the name of that. Leave a comment below if you remember the name of that movie because I'm drawing a blank.
Tina Fey, to me, I picture her in the same categories that you had for like Jimmy Fallon.
But she's more like a TV. She's more like a TV star now than anything.
That's different.
She did Third Rock or whatever it was called, 30 Rock.
You're always telling me that this is a movie channel, not a television channel.
But sometimes they bleed together. And we did have requests for you to do TV sometime.
Okay.
But Amy Poehler is more famous for TV. She was in...
I don't know who that is. You keep telling me she's
You've
from...
seen Parks and Rec.
I don't know if I think I probably...
It's the same people
who
brought
I never
The
really
Office.
watched it. The Office.
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
That's his name from Vacation. He was in Vacation. He
you mean
Rusty.
the character? Okay.
He played Rusty in Vacation. Christine Applegate was his wife. Ed Helms.
Gotcha.
He was, because we're talking about Parks and Rec now, he was on that.
Okay.
No, he was on The Office. Excuse me.
In The Office?
But it's the same writers as The Office. But yes, folks, we'll probably do a TV episode sometime with actors who've done TV, and Will Smith is going to be on that list.
Of course.
He could be on the list about musicians too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. And then, Jimmy Fallon. He's another one that never really made it. He tried to do one or two movies here and there, and then he even tried to pick up where Adam Sandler left off and try to rip off from his playbook and do a movie with Drew Barrymore, and that didn't work out too well.
Jimmy Fallon is kind of a makeshift Adam Sandler. I mean, he's doing great.
He even tried to do those funny songs.
Yeah, that's
like
what I
Adam
mean.
Sandler did.
He does songs, and his songs on his TV show are good.
I know, but that's too much of a rip-off.
But I agree. What he does do great on his talk show is bring back old shows like Saved by the Bell and California Dreams and whatever else.
So that's good that he's making it on TV.
He's
Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. There's a shameless plug.
And I don't watch it as much as I should, but it's Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
But
While we're at it, Breakfast Club, Pirates, Star Wars, Justice League, which you can't see.
But yeah.
And Kickbox or Fight Club, not Fight Club. Bloodsport.
And Torchwood.
Torchwood. John Barrowman.
Arrow. Torchwood.
Well, that's Torchwood.
Yeah, that's what he was. That's what I know him for. And Arrow, he just came.
All right,
in there.
we're digressing. All right, come on, we'll talk about that another time. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one, part 2 of the skit comedy actors. I'll have put part 1 in the little card up in the top right corner, left corner, above my head, wherever it is. I don't know where it's gonna be. Soon, it's not there yet. I added it in post credit.
Oh, okay.
I added it in. Anyway, so thank you for tuning in. If you like this video and you want to see more great content like this, make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Even if you didn't like it, you still hit the like button. It's free. What do you got to lose? Leave a comment below, and sure enough, as always, hit the notification button for new videos coming out. See you soon.